Hey y'all, it's Raquel, and it has been a week since I was arrested alongside 14 other folks with Gender Liberation Movement. We are all good, all out. Folks know that already, but just wanted to give a little bit more background on our bathroom sit-in. We were inspired by these historical civil disobedience moments in history, historical moments in history. And we thought about the Greensboro sit-ins, like the Woolworths counter sit-ins, where folks were rising up against racial discrimination, and the sip-in at the Julius Bar in 1966 that was all about gay folks rising up and saying, hey, our existence is not tantamount to disorderly conduct and we shouldn't be criminalized. And that's how real the fight is right now. Like, bathroom bigotry seems like such a small thing to folks, but it is really a testament to just how much the GOP want to strip us of our humanity and dignity. Now, I know that folks were concerned, folks were worried. Thank you, and thank you to the folks who supported our fund. We had a lot of meetings in the lead up to it. We talked a lot about safety, a lot about legal. We had some amazing experts on deck who walked us through everything we could expect. But also there were folks who were seasoned in this kind of direct action. So there was plenty of strategy going into it. And I want to take a second just to say it's not lost on me the immense amount of privilege it is to risk arrest in something like this for my values. And I'm thinking about folks like Ashley Diamond and Kai Peterson, Black trans folks who have experienced the brunt of the carceral system. And I want to urge folks to donate to their GoFundMe's and support them, because it certainly is not easy to navigate life after dealing with being held in, for instance, a men's prison if you're a woman, and to also deal with the trauma of going to prison for defending yourself against a sexual abuser, which is the case respectively for both of them. Now, with the actual action, obviously we were galvanized by the BS that Representative Nancy Mace is spewing. It's been disheartening to see Speaker Mike Johnson essentially co-sign the rule for trans folks on Capitol Hill to not be able to use the restrooms that correspond with their truths, including Senator-elect Sarah McBride. But also, we know that these rules and these bans are something that Nancy Mace and others want to expand. So she wants trans folks to be banned from using our restrooms in all federal facilities. And we know it's only going to feed this beast of bigotry. So we wanted to rise up and act up. And basically, when we got there, we had a contingent of folks on the outside, mostly men and masculine folks, but also there was a trans femme person outside who held the banner that said, Congress, stop pissing on our rights, because I mean, that's essentially what they're doing. And then there was a banner on the inside with a crew of largely women and femmes, but there was also trans masculine folk in there that said, flush bathroom bigotry. And so we waited for the one woman that was in there to leave, and then started our action. And one by one, folks were kind of led out of the area by police after a series of warnings. And I want to be clear that, yes, you see the folks who are photographed and videoed, and you see the folks who are swear it's always a plane anytime I'm doing a video. Anytime. Surveillance. But there was a group of folks who were not in the position to risk arrest, but were heavily involved with this action and made it possible. And so I want to shout out to them because they don't get the love and the shine in these moments that they deserve. And we were chanting. One of our chants was Speaker Johnson, Nancy Mace, our bodies are no debate. Speaker Johnson, Nancy Mace, our genders are no debate. Another chant was Democrats, trans lives, turn the line. Really in response to how silent and inactive the Dems have been publicly around this bathroom bigotry. We know AOC has forcefully resisted against this hate, but not enough Dem leaders have. And I'll never forget the chanting and just like, you know, it's clunky at first because it's like awkward and you've got to find your rhythm. But in time, we were able to do the call and response from the group inside to the group outside. And it started to flow. I'm not gonna lie, it was working. And there were just moments as folks started to be arrested that, you know, you get a little fear, and so some of the energy feels like it's starting to like dissipate. And I just remembered just like trying to keep the chants going, like almost like a mantra, like we're gonna keep fighting, we're gonna make it through this. And one by one, the folks on the inside were let out, and I remember being the last one let out, and what it was like to just be essentially chanting by myself now because everyone else has been let out. And I want to give another shout out to Jawanza, a powerful leader here in New York who was there with us, for being the chief chant leader, because I was really just the co-chant lead. And you know, I get that is something that makes me nervous, is the chanting. And I don't know if it's just like, you know, leftover dysphoria around my voice and like all of these things, but it was beautiful working with him. Yeah, and then they started to load us up, and so the history around that image is really like, after they gathered all of my personal belongings in a plastic baggie with like my name on it, a woman gave me like a pat down, and she was like, "Why'd you wear this bodysuit?" And it's like, because it was cold. But she's like, "Well, you'll learn." Like, basically, this is like how regular civil disobedience is to Capitol Police. So we expected it to be a smoother experience than maybe you would experience somewhere else, particularly maybe when confronted with the NYPD. But I remember like, oh, well, maybe I should look up now and like look at the camera, and I did. And that was kind of the photo that people have seen and started to call iconic and be like, free Raquel. But all of that to say, this is an era of radical defiance, and that's what we have to be sparking and inspiring in each other. We can't bow to bigotry. We can't bow to fascism, authoritarianism, and we certainly can't bow to what the Trump administration has in store for us. So support GenderLib at genderlib.org. Also support Ashley Diamond and Kai Peterson. I'll include their GoFundMe links in the caption. But I'm sending y'all love, and thank y'all for the love. We got to continue to fight. Yeah, and there's more to come, always. Bye.